Growing up, Evan Treborn and his friends, Lenny Kagan and Kaylee Miller, and Kaylee's brother Tommy, suffered many severe psychological traumas that frequently caused Evan to experience amnesia. These traumas include being forced to take part in pornography by Kaylee and Tommy's father, George Miller, being nearly strangled to death by his institutionalized father, Jason Treborn, who was then killed in front of him by guards, accidentally killing a mother and her infant daughter while playing with dynamite with his friends, and seeing his dog, Crockett, burned alive by Tommy. Some time later, while entertaining a girl in his college dorm room, Evan discovers that when he reads from his former journals, he can time travel and redo parts of his past. His time-traveling episodes account for the frequent blackouts he experienced, since those are the moments when his older self occupied his consciousness. After a traumatized Kaylee commits suicide, he travels back in time and convinces George to never touch her. He comes back to a reality where he and Kaylee are a happy couple in college. However, George took out his frustrations on Tommy, who grew up to be even more unhinged. Tommy eventually attacks Evan, who kills him in a fit of rage and is sentenced to prison. There, he manages to time travel once more to stop Tommy from killing his dog, but Lenny, who has been bullied by Tommy and become mentally unstable after the dynamite accident, kills Tommy with a metal shard. Evan wakes up in a reality where Lenny has been institutionalized and Kaylee has become a drug-addicted prostitute. He then travels back to stop the woman and her daughter from being killed with the dynamite, but ends up caught in the explosion himself. In the new reality, Lenny and Kaylee are a happy couple and Tommy has become religious, but Evan is a double amputee whose mother developed lung cancer after becoming a chain smoker. To save his mother and himself from such a fate, Evan goes back to before the explosion to try and get rid of the dynamite, but accidentally kills Kaylee in the process. Evan wakes up in a mental hospital and finds that, in this reality, the journals do not exist and his brain has suffered irreversible damage due to the rigors of time travel. At one point, Evan has a conversation with a doctor who reveals that his father had the same abilities before losing the photographs that allowed him to time jump, causing everyone to believe him to be crazy. Evan ultimately reaches the conclusion that he and his friends will never have good futures as long as he keeps altering the past. After escaping the hospital staff and barricading himself in an office, Evan travels back one final time, via the use of an old home movie, to the day he first met Kaylee. He intentionally upsets her so that she and Tommy will choose to live with their mother in a different neighborhood, instead of with their father when they divorce. As a result, they are not subjected to a destructive upbringing, do not grow up with Evan, Lenny is never bullied, and all go on to have happy, successful lives. Evan awakens in a college dorm room, where Lenny is his roommate. As a test, he asks where Kaylee is, to which Lenny responds, "Who's Kaylee?" Satisfied that his friends' futures are secure, Evan burns his journals and videos to avoid altering the timeline ever again. 8 years later in New York City, Evan exits an office building and passes Kaylee on the street. Despite a brief look towards each other, they both keep walking.